Hello. So today I wanted to make a video, and this is not my first try, talking about how to get better at anything, how to achieve success and something that you choose to achieve success in. This is something that has always been interesting to me because, well, I've always wondered about if there are fundamental qualities that a successful person has that enables them to be successful at what they choose to be successful at. And if those are qualities that somebody who isn't successful can learn and become successful as a result. And success is anything that you want to do. It has to be kind of like a defined sort of thing. Like if you want to get good at woodworking, um, success, would be, being able to make furniture or whatever. Um, if you want to um, get better at social anxiety, success would be, hitting whatever goals you have for that. Being able to go to a restaurant, um, being able to talk, in a group of people, whatever it is. So success is, having some goal out there and then being able to actually get to it and not get stuck. Um, so this is something which has always been interesting to me because, I felt stuck at various points in my life and I wanted to be able to get better. Um, and so I want to share with you kind of what I've, found with this and what my feelings are on this. So the first quality is to want to achieve that goal. You have to have desire to do it. This is kind of like the driving force. Um, this isn't the part that most people have trouble with, but this is an important aspect that needs to be there. You have to have a defined goal of some sort in the end, and you have to want to achieve it. Want it enough that you're going to put effort into doing it. Doing what it takes to get there. Want it enough that you're willing to sacrifice some other stuff. Some comfort, whatever. Willing to sacrifice some things in order to get to that goal. Um, and so that's the first part. Excuse me. The second aspect is what I like to call persistence. Um, it's not enough just to do it, here and there and, a little bit, and this kind of stuff. The more that you can apply yourself to it, the better results you're going to have. You will get better if you only do something for 1 hour once a week, but it's going to be, a little bit and it's going to take a long time. If on the other hand, you work at something 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, you know, getting, successful at it is going to, come a lot quicker. It is possible to overdo, the effort that you're making, but people rarely overdo it. They almost always underdo it, so I wouldn't worry about that. Persistence also includes being able to deal with failures and mistakes. Um, One notable quality that successful people have is that they don't let mistakes, get them down. Successful people make mistakes. They fail at things. They fail at things a lot, but they don't let that stop them. And I think that actually this is one of the biggest sticking points for people in reality. Um, you make a mistake. Something doesn't work, and you don't say, that failed. How can I, avoid that in the future? They're more like, oh God, I'm just terrible. I suck at this. I'm no good. Why do I even try? Let's go watch TV. That's much more pleasant. That sort of thing. Um, but a successful person will not let their mistakes and failures get them down. First of all, everybody has ups and down days. Um, that's just a given. There are some days, where things aren't going to go so well no matter what. When you're learning something new, when you're in new territory, you're going to make mistakes from time to time. It's inevitable. You don't come out of the box knowing everything. Um, and being able to get past that is crucial, to getting anywhere. And one of the main points that I want to make in this video. Um, the next part, past persistence, and which actually kind of ties in with making mistakes, is awareness. You have to be kind of aware of what you're doing. You have to be aware of what's working and what's not, and constantly making adjustments. Um, when you're doing woodworking, if you slide a piece of wood across a saw and you find that a big chunk of wood gets torn out in the end, don't just keep doing that for all eternity. Say, well, gee, a chunk of wood got torn out in the end. Is there anything I can do to stop this from happening next time? That's a mistake that happened. Being aware of it and trying to find an improvement to it, a fix for it, is how we improve. And this is the other really, really big, important, point that is actually directly related to making mistakes and failures and these kinds of things. And that's being aware of the process and constantly trying to improve it. How can I make this better? Even if you're not making mistakes, how can I improve this? How can I make it more efficient? How can I make it better? So just kind of being aware. Um, and that's a hugely critical point as well. And the final thing is um, kind of what I don't really have a name for it, a word for it quite so much. It's more like following the right path. Um, Anything that you're going to do, that's reasonable. Chances are extremely good that there are people who have done it before and successfully done it before, and that there is a body of knowledge out there for best practices and for what works and what doesn't, and things that you can learn. um, don't reinvent the wheel. Go out and find people who know more than you and learn from them. This will make a big difference in anything that you do. If you want to learn woodworking, go buy books from masters who are teaching the basics of woodworking. Take classes if you can. These kinds of things. Likewise with social anxiety, there are things which are known to work and things which aren't. The cognitive behavioral therapy, works. Any strategy that works with social anxiety is going to be essentially the cognitive behavioral therapy. Um, Social anxiety is caused in large part by the way we think about things, the way that our mental processes process these social events, and then there's another part of it which is, kind of learned associations. Um, so, we have the path, there is this path that we can follow, and that we can do. We know where to go. It's just a matter of doing it and getting there. And kind of that's where the first three fundamental pieces come in. First you have to want to do it. And I think that most of us have that part down. We want, to get better. We want to have success in this. The other part is to be persistent. Despite failures, despite setbacks, despite whatever, that we just keep trying and keep trying and keep trying, and not just wanting to try, but actually out there trying and working at it. And we have to have awareness of what's going on and what's working and what isn't, and constantly making adjustments. And this awareness and constantly making adjustments is something that I would call skillfulness. It's where you become skillful at something. It's a path that leads to becoming skillful at things. So these basic principles will work for anything at all that you want to apply yourself to. If you want to dedicate yourself to something, that something definitely includes social anxiety. And so yeah. Anyway, I hope this is helpful, and I think that my time is up. I have to get to work anyway. So take care. Bye.